Namaste. So let's have a spiritual conversation where you can ask me some questions and we can dive deep together into different topics that you feel that you are stuck in or that you are looking for a deeper answer in. I will gladly answer them for you. So Namaste Lilian, happy to see you here. So before we start, please tell me where you're from, how you're feeling, and if you have any questions that you may have in your mind for a while, or some guidance that you are looking for, please write them in the comments. So I will go through each one of every questions that you have and answer them for you. So first, let me know if you can see me okay, if the sound is okay, so I know how the internet here is working. So if you could please comment how the connection is working at the moment, then I will be very happy. Okay, so the sound seems to be okay. That's great. That's great. So you can see me and you can hear me very well. All right. So let's get into it. Thank you for your connection. So anyone who are here, type in any questions that you may have on your spiritual journey so we can get it going. Okay? So I will be here for a while now. Maybe we can have this question and answer session for an hour or so, maybe longer, depending on how many we will be and if there are any questions and answers. So nice to see you, Elin and Lilian, and Laila, of course. Miley's, welcome. Even those who is not commenting, very welcome. So where are you on your spiritual journey? Where are you stuck? What is the biggest challenges that you have? And how can we work with it? How can we work with the blockages, the fears, emotional pain, different type of suffering, how to still the mind, how to live in the heart, how to become more disciplined, what practice to do, what type of meditation to do, right? There are many aspects to it. So yeah, let's see what you have going on here. So let me see here. Mia, I'm happy to see you here. Happy to see you also, Henna. So I will start now with my list. So there is a mess in your energies. Okay. So it can be like that when there is a lot going on in the mind, there is a lot going on emotionally, and also on another level. We also have spirits, and we also have demons, we also have negative energies that can affect us. So what you have to do, Miles, is you have to find clarity. And clarity comes when you come into a disciplined daily routine of meditation. So meditation will bring clarity in your mind. And when you have clarity in your mind, things will not be messy. You will see very, very clearly what's going on, and you can put this away and center yourself. Put this away and center yourself. Because when the mind is totally developed, you are very, very clear. You have a very nice focus on what's going on with your energies and energies around you. So my suggestion to you, Miles, is that you sit every day for meditation. The first thing you do in the morning and the last thing you do before you go to sleep. And that you also use mantra, because mantra can help us to have protection and also purify our mind. So the mantra you will use for this smile is the Trayambaka mantra. It's my suggestion for you to use in this situation. So the mantra is like this: Om Trayambakam Jajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanat Mrityor Mokshyamamritat. Om Trayambakam Jajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanat Mrityor Mokshyamamritat. Use this mantra, every one of you, not just Miles. When you have energies that are messy and when you feel that you need more protection, guidance, if you are traveling, etc., it's a very good Shiva mantra to use for this purpose. So you may even feeling now, Miles, while we are doing this, that things are clearing up a little bit. So I have recorded this mantra, so I will put it on my website later on, so you can use this mantra and just listen to it over and over again till you learn it, and then you can start to chant it yourself. So I hope you get some clarity in your messy energies, Miles. Alright, so Hannah, so you want to have guidance in your spiritual and your journey in the so-called the spiritual realm, the mediumship, right? So what is very, very important is to become pure. We want to be pure on all levels. We want to be pure in the physical body, we want to be pure in the astral body, and we want to be pure in the celestial body. So eat properly, eat very good, pure food, work with mantras, work with meditation, work with pranayamas, so you can become pure. Because if you want to channel messages, you want to be a clear, pure channel with no ego, with no desires in the way for the message to come through to the persons that you want to help, right? Because the ego is it's lurking. The ego is very tricky. So when the ego is tricky, you don't even see it, because on some levels in your consciousness, you're ignorant. And that can be a big problem for many of us, because we are ignorant in certain levels. And ignorance makes us not see clearly. It's like before you polish a window that is dirty, you can't really see through, right? But with the right purification, you can see through. So work with that, and work with, because many people talk today about moving from the third dimension into the fifth dimension, right? And it's actually a translation of moving from the mind, beyond ego, fears, and lower tendencies, to totally live in the heart. So if we want to live totally in the heart, we have to go beyond mind. We have to leave ego, desires, and lower tendencies behind. We have to pass through it. And that is very difficult, because stuck emotions and feelings and tendencies are not always so easy to see. So if you can get proper meditation, Hannah, and every one of you, I recommend proper meditation every day, morning and night meditation, because meditation will bring clarity, and when you have a clear mind, you will know exactly what you are doing. It takes time to really go into this no mind state, and when you are in a no mind state, there will be no mind whatsoever when you're also doing the work with the medium or as a healer or whatever. So the more pure you can become, the better for you and everyone that you want to help. So I hope that can bring some inspiration, and how to raise your consciousness, how to raise your awareness, how to move from the third to the fifth dimension, how to move from the mind to the heart. That is something we have to know. We have to know how to raise our energy level so we don't lose energy when we spend energy. Because I see many healers, I see many people in general, of course, they are tired in the night. Tiredness. We do some spiritual work and we lose the intuition, we lose our energy. The next day we are tired, the next day we are angry, the next day we are in our doubts, in our fears, right? Because we have not yet stabilized this high level of awareness. So this we have to do, and we do that by the practice of meditation, by proper food, and doing the right type of purification for body and mind and emotions. Yes, so do you have more space for the course next week? Yes, so next week I will be in Stockholm. So the 18th there will be an evening for 3 hours from 6 to 9, where I will share about the art of relaxation, how we can live a relaxed life, how we can work with the mind, with the emotions, how we can improve our sleep, to live a stressful life without the stressful, right? We go beyond the stressful with certain type of guidance, how to move beyond the mind. So yes, there are spots available both for the evening and for the weekend. So the weekend will be 2 days, and the Friday is open for everyone who just want to come for a few hours, and then you can join for the full weekend if you like to. So there are spots for both events. Just contact me in Messenger and I will make sure that you can come. So yes, Mia, discipline and commitment daily. Yeah, some people think that yeah, if I do it twice a week, it will be good. It's better than nothing, of course, but we have to have this discipline and commitment to really work with ourselves on a daily basis. 24/7 you have to be aware of the thoughts, what you are thinking, are you judging someone, how did you react to this, how much of your inner wounded child reacted to this situation. All these things we also have to be aware of all the time. And we have to have discipline, but we have to make it funny, not so it's like not too military, because we are not ready for that. We want to make the spiritual journey, if we want to call it like that, something fun, right? It's fun to explore yourself in, because the problem we have is that we go out all the time. If I ask you a question, the first thing we often do is we go and we search outside for the answer, right? I did like this, I acted like this. Yeah, this I is the outer I you are talking about. We have to go in to the inner I, to the inner still awareness inside, right? Happiness will never happen out here. All the pleasures in the Mayic illusion will just drive you more crazy and get you into more of them all the time. You will never be satisfied, right? And you have noticed that it can never satisfy you totally. So we have to do the inner work. So we have to be committed to our spiritual development by doing practice every day. So you have to see how much time you have on a daily basis in your life and put it into practice, and you will see that you will grow by time. So you had many lifetimes, and all those lifetimes are connected to who you are right now. Past lives, three latest lives you had are a combination of the karma you are going through at this moment. So when you know this, you can also know, like, okay, I don't understand really how stupid I am acting, or why did I do like this, and why do I have this relation with this person, right? It can be a past life, and then you can have the answer for that, and then you know that you have to go deep to really get rid of that, to move that karma out, so you can become more free. Because we don't want to reincarnate all the time. We want to be super connected with God and go beyond this Mayic illusion. Because this is not real. We believe it's real, but it's an illusion. The real you is in here, on the inside. It's that one you have to find. I will upload the mantra list on our website, and then you go to shivasiddhananda.com and you go to teachings and you go to mantras, and there you can find mantras and you can listen to them just by the music player who is there. You just listen to the mantras and you can learn them, and then you can start to chant them yourself. And you can see Laila put and the text for the mantra, so you can see how it's pronounced, and you can write it down and learn how to chant it yourself. Yes, so when it comes to mantras, what is important is that you commit yourself to one mantra and work with that mantra every day. That mantra will help you on many levels, and if you are drawn to the Trayambaka mantra, I suggest that you work with that every day. If you have been initiated into a mantra from a spiritual master, then you can use that mantra. That will be the best thing for you, and it will work on more levels, deeper, than if you just find a mantra on YouTube. Yes, you can write it on the wall. Very nice. Yes, so sometimes, Hannah, we just need a reminder. Yes, I need to meditate. So just let me give you one very easy meditation, or to every one of you. So sometimes we like to listen to music, we like to listen to guided meditation. Sometimes we just like to be total still. And I know many years of meditation, I notice different patterns, how the mind is working. And you may have done the same. And when you understand how your mind is working, you also understand how everyone's mind is working. And it's very similar. Mind and emotions are very similar. We have just different experiences that creates those events that we are experiencing. And we are reacting to those events depending on our level of awareness, our level of attachment to all those events that is happening to us. So let's say a full-grown yogi, his mother dies, and he understands that this is a part of everything, and he sees this as a new beginning. But as a regular person who was just losing the mother, may go into a deep sorrow for a long time and think that this is injustice, and it's not fair, and oh my God, right? This is the end of life. And so the more aware we become, the easier we handle situation that comes into our life. We will not be so attached to them. They will not affect us as much. And you will, easy to say, become more free. So one thing that you can do is that the next time you have an emotion that creates any type of suffering for you, be aware of how long it stays. Okay? So let's say that you become angry with your daughter or your mother or your spouse or your colleague or something that is happening in the world. You become angry and upset, right? How long will that anger stay? How long will you suffer? Because anger is deep suffer that we have, right? Or how long will you become frustrated or sad? You know, we have to learn how and to accept everything in life. Be very clear and accept changes and everything. We have to go into full acceptance into everything. And when you do that, everything will become much more easier. And if you also can put away expectations, because you have expectations in your mind of something that will happen. Oh, tomorrow I will do this, and that will not happen. So you will become sad, angry, frustrated, because you have expectations, because you were not living in the now. You are living in the future. So if we can learn how to become more in the now and not so much in the future and not so much in the past, that will definitely help us. So this is something we can learn and practice to become more silent, more still, and to live more here and now, in this present moment. When you have expectations, you're building up a picture, a movie in your mind about the future, about what will happen, and if that is not happening, you will become emotional and you will bring up feelings into the event that did not happen, and you will suffer. So you are not free. You are not you don't have mastery over the mind or your emotion in that. in that experience. So this is something that you can become aware of and learn how to be more here and now, and don't have expectations. Never have expectations. Then you will become more free. You will, if it goes that way, you are fine. If it goes that way, you are fine. And I know if you are certain parts in the world that it may be easier to do this. You are, maybe you are a single mom one week, and the next week you have your kids, so it's easier that week than this week, right? All those things that comes in life. But we also have to accept and learn to adapt into every situation that comes into life. Okay, now I'm here. How do I handle the energy in this room? How do I handle the energy in this town, in this country, in this situation? How do you deal with your ex-wife or your ex-husband? How you deal with your mother, which you have a broken relationship with? We have to come into acceptance into everything, every situation, and learn how to deal with that, and to become more free from our emotions, become more free of attachment. And that comes when we develop the higher part of our mind. The lower part of your mind will always keep you in attachment, in suffering, in doubt, in the future, in the past. So yeah, very nice to see you also, Jonathan, my dear brother. Happy to see you. So, are there any other questions at the moment that you have on your heart or on your mind? Please let me know. So now we are going into a colder time, right? I'm in the north now. I'm not in Bali anymore, so the heat is gone. So according to Ayurveda, we have the Kapha, the Pitta, and the Vata. So there is water, fire, and air element. And the elements that we have 5 elements. We have earth, water, fire, air, and space. So between matter and space, there are those elements, and those elements are connected to your astral body. So those elements we all have. The mammals have 4 elements. The birds have 3, the reptiles have 2, and the plants kingdom have 1 element. So we as human beings is the only being or creature who has the 5 elements. And those 5 elements are connected into different areas. Example is the earth are connected to everything that we need to have in life. The basic things: food, somewhere to live, money, somewhere to stay when you need money, money appears, etc. So when that is balanced, you will never have to worry about anything. So when the earth element is totally in balance, all earthly things, clothes, food, somewhere to stay, money, will always come easy for you. So then you know, when that happens, if that is the case for you, you can always relax. No matter what happens in the world, you are connected to the earth element. The earth element is fully balanced in your life, so everything will come with ease for you. And if it does, then you know. If you don't, then you know you have to work with the earth element. So the earth element is connected to the Muladhara. The Muladhara is the root chakra, right? So the root chakra is, you squeeze your anus to get in contact with the root chakra, with the Muladhara. Then you know how to connect with this center. And from there on, you can do exercises, you can work with mantras, and you can work on different parts in your body and your system to balance this energy. So when we now move into a colder, now I'm talking for the people in like Norway, Sweden, and maybe northern part of Europe, or maybe somewhere else in the world. I don't have any clue how the weather is everywhere. But now when we move into this part, right, because we have to follow, your body has to follow. Now is not the time to eat certain type of food that makes you become more cold. Now you have to switch out the food, to eat food that heats up the body, to bring more fire. To bring more fire so the fire can keep your body warm, because it takes a lot of energy for your food to digest. Proteins, meat, fish, cheese, it takes a lot of energy for your body to digest. And now when it becomes colder, we may feel that we need to eat more, because it takes a lot of energy to heat up the body. So what we can do is we can do pranayamas to work with breathing techniques to warm up the body. We can learn how to move energy into the nervous system exactly where we need it, so the circulation can become better. So all those nadis that you have different centers. You have those chakra centers, and then you have energy points in your body. You may have acupuncture, Chinese medicine, Ayurveda. In the Vedas we are talking about nadis, which you have 72,000 nadis in your body. And you can get the prana, the life force energy, the chi, moving in the body, so the circulation becomes perfect. And when the circulation is good, the fire will work very well. So what you can do is, in the morning, you can start the morning by eating rice. You eat red or brown rice to breakfast, and that will put the heat on in your body. So let's say that you start your day with some pranayamas, you can do the fire breathing, the Bastrika, you can do Kapalabhati, or some type of pranayama that heats up the body. And then you can add your breakfast with red rice or brown rice. That will heat up and put the fire in your system, and it will also be very good for your digestive machinery to digest the food during the day. So there is some tips you can use now during this time that we are going through when it becomes more cold, so you can stay warm. So don't start the day with cucumber or watermelon for example, but that is something that we use in summertime. Okay, so now it's better with sesame oil than coconut oil. Coconut oil cools you down, sesame oil heats you up. So that is a part of natural remedies to keep your system in balance. So I hope that can be of help for you to just add some additional things to get more balance in your system and in these more cooling times that we are moving into. So if you want to cleanse your past life, is it just to meditate, mantra, or is it some special exercise for it? So you have this life, Linda, and you have your past life. So we have our spine. The flowing current of prana moves in our spine. So your past lives are recorded in your spine, and if you learn how to breathe properly, you can, by breathing, cleanse your own karma. So karma, you can cleanse karma in many ways. You can find yourself a guru or a satguru, and he or she can help to remove karma. You can remove karma by mantras. You can remove karma by meditation. You can remove karma by going and doing ceremonies and pujas to different gods and goddesses. There are many ways of removing past lives and karmas. So there is the karma that you have in this life, and there is karma that you are creating in this life, and there is karma that you have with you. So the past life karma is called sanchit karma, and that is coming up, with you knowing it or you don't know it. So what you have to do is you have to be alert. So by cleansing karma is always starting with alertness. It's like you're going out in the winter and you are walking in the street and there is a lot of ice, but you are not fully aware of your steps, so you are falling and you hurt yourself. You get the point? It's the same thing with the karma. If you are not watching your mind, if you are not watching your emotions and how you behave and how you act, then the karma will just let you move into those bad tendencies all the time. So you have to be aware, and when you notice bad, negative, influential karma, you have to go in and be aware and stop it. You can learn how to turn a negative thought into a positive thought. For some it may be easy, for some it may be harder, but by practice, and if you start with meditation on a daily basis, you will learn how to remove more and more karma, and then there are more advanced exercises that you also can do to speed up the process, the spiritual evolution of removing karma. So prana goes up, apana goes down, and when apana goes down, we remove toxins, we remove evil past life karmas, because there can be a lot still that we are carrying with us that we need to handle in many situations. So my suggestions for every one of you who want to start to meditate and just want to do simple meditation is just watch your breath, watch your breathing. Let the breathing go up, let the breathing go down, and just watch it. If a thought comes, go back to the breath. When you were born, when you came out of your mother, you started to breathe. And when the soul pops out of the body, and when you are finished with this body, you stop breathing. So, breath unites humanity, isn't it? No matter if you are black, white, brown, blue, pink, whatever color you may have on your skin, what's uniting us is the breath. We are all breathing. You have around 23,000 breaths a day. How many of them are you aware of? Not so many, right? And then you go out here and you search. You're looking for God, you're looking for peace, you're looking for happiness. You go for your desires over here, but all you have to do is just become still. Watch the breath. Mind becomes cool. And if you practice this every day, you will go deeper in your meditation. But I understand, sometimes we want to listen to music, we want to listen to some guidance. Mind may be very intense, so it's not so easy for us to going in to the breath, The going to the breath up and down may be very, very hard some days. I have experienced that myself also. Some days I just want to sit still. Back in the days I just wanted to listen to music or some guided meditation. But I promise you, if you can come into this commitment and discipline with yourself to at least sit for 15 minutes a day and just watch your breath, you will have a very, very beautiful growth in every level in life. Because the mind, you want to master the mind, and you will do that by practice this, because when you go into the breath, the mind becomes more calm. Thoughts are cooling down. So when the nervous system is overheated, then you have very much in your mind. And when the nervous system is overheated, you need to learn how to cool down the nervous system. And all those things I will go through next week in Stockholm on the workshop on the weekend, on the Friday and the weekend. I will cover everything for you, how to learn how to cool the nervous system and how to live in a relaxed way in every moment, every day, every second. So you are welcome, Lottie. So how to let go of the past? You have to live in the now, Mia. By learning how to live here and now, the past is gone. The past has already happened. Why are we so stuck in what happened before? Enjoy this freaking beautiful moment. Why do you bother about the past? It's already happened. Shake yourself a little bit. The past is gone. Why do we cling to the past? So you have to learn how to live here and now, Mia. We all have to learn that. Not live in the future, not live in the past. The past will take you into depression. It will take you into a low vibration. Many people today who are calling themselves light workers or etc. are always talking about this, to leave this, because they are referring to this as the third dimension, Mia. To living the past is like living in the third dimension. And when you learn how to live here and now, you're moving into the fifth dimension. So the fifth dimension is totally in the heart. If we talk in other terms of yoga, yogis has known this for thousands of years. They're not talking about dimensions here and there, but it's in different time we're living in now. So this is explanation of actually the same thing. But we have to learn how to live totally quiet, peacefully, here and now. And the more you can stay here and now, past is gone. And for that you need meditation. You need a meditation practice on a daily basis. And you need to be disciplined with your mind. When the mind goes in the past, stop it. When the mind goes into the past, stop it. Right? So you always go in and you stop yourself. Be aware. You gotta have a lot of energy in your nervous system, a lot of mental energy to really taking care of this. And by that we do physical exercises, we do pranayamas, we do mantras to bring that high level of energy up. Because in another term we are talking about voltage. We're talking about you need to have a certain type of voltage in your mind to really master the mind, to really go beyond the blockages, beyond the we have, oh, I can't do this, oh, this is so hard, oh, no, I have no energy for it. This is because you have no energy. There are no voltage. It's like when I do this, maybe I can do this, yeah, you see the light here now? Or I can throw the light down a little bit, like this, because we all have like a light bulb inside of us, different voltages of energy. So the more voltage you can carry in your system, the higher your awareness, the higher your energy level. Are you understanding? Are you following me? So the prana, we need to learn how to build up prana so we can have enough emotional energy, spiritual energy, physical energy, and mental energy to taking care of what we have, because we all have different things, right? We have our children, you maybe have a job, you maybe have responsible for many people on your job, or you may have different tasks. You may be taking care of your mother or your sick brother or whatever, right? And you need to know how much energy you need to taking care of all you need. So then you need to know, how do I raise my energy level up here and even more, so I can handle this, still live a good life, and don't become tired and exhausted. And if you don't know that, you need to learn that. And that we do by spiritual practice. Meditation, mantra, yoga, and pranayama are very, very essential things to move higher. Take a lot of rest, eat proper food, and you will get there. So you can handle any situation in life. But Mia, learn how to be here and now, and the past will go. But you may also need to dive a little bit more deeper into the past, right? Sometimes you may need to go and dive. You take the thing and you dive a little bit in. Why is this past so attached to me? Does it have something to do with my feelings as a child? Or the relationship with my mother and my father are still like this inner child thing? It may also cling you back to the past. So we have to be aware of so many levels. But if we learn how to be here now, it will go away automatically, because you are here now. You're not in the past. So past comes when you have emotions, feelings, thoughts about what's happened before. It's easy, right? So when we learn how to go beyond that, remove that, it will not happen to us. Alright, thank you, so true, and you are right on. Yeah, all I do is I'm making you remember what you already know. I'm not telling anything new here, right? We have heard it 1,000 times for thousands of years, maybe millions of years. It's the same thing. It's the same teaching that all the saints, all the yogis, all the masters are telling you. Just be peacefully, live here and now, live from the heart. If you go to Jesus, you go to Buddha, you go to anyone, it's the same teaching. Because happiness is inside. It's not an outside job, it's on the inside. So thank you, I'm calm in my body now. Mantras is on the wall. Wow, you already put the mantra on the wall. That's cool. Yes, just to wake up and look at the mantra and read it. Yeah, very good, Mylis. So are there any more questions before we wrap this up for today? I will be happy to answer if there is anyone who has any more questions, something on the mind, something on the heart that is popping up. Because sometimes when we do this type of gathering, thoughts are coming up automatically, because we are touching some points that we have. So let me see here. Do you recommend having some sort of God or someone to pray to, someone in mind like this? When we have a God, Ladi, there may be that God is out here for you, because that God is creating, you are creating the God or the goddess with your mind. So you're out, and that will not bring you in. But if you are connected to someone, if you are connected to, let me see what you say here first. Is that sort of the same? Yeah. If you have an angel that you are in contact with, if you have Shiva, if you have Lakshmi, if you have Saint Germain, if you have the Pleiadians, there is some kind of connection, right? But I recommend everyone to have a deeper look. Alright, you are having a deep connection with angels or some highly advanced masters or something, right? But is it making you happy? One second. Excuse me. Are they helping you to really come in contact with yourself? If they do, then it's good. If it's an angel or if it's your best friend, anyone who can help you to go into a better place within yourself, it's good. For my own experience, I recommend a living guru, a living master. A living guru, a fully enlightened master, is an expression of God, and he or she can deliver that message to you. So it's even better to have a guru, a master, than an idea of what God is, because God can't give you the answer. Only a guru, a master can do that, because they are a direct link of God. That's my experience of it. An angel is not of a level of an enlightened master. They say that even we human beings have a chance to go further on than the angels, because the angels are in a way stuck in their dimension, so to say. So they say that we as human beings, we can go into a high state of enlightenment, of self-realization, of God-realization, and we can move past that state. So if you resonate with a master, I recommend you to follow what he or she is teaching you. That is what I do, and it is helping me very, very much. That is all I can say about that. But if you feel connected to angels or something, you have communication, just do it. It's nothing wrong with it. It's a blessing to have that opportunity. So I think we should enjoy all parts that is given to us and do the best that we can with it. But don't get stuck. Don't get stuck in the dimension of angels and forgot, you don't remembering your own work with yourself, because that is very important, to really work with ourselves every day. My guru is called Swamiji Purohit. He's an Indian Kriya Yoga master that I met 1.5 years ago, and he shifted my life completely. So I am following his teaching every day, and I'm doing my spiritual practice that he has given me on a daily basis. So he's coming from the Kriya lineage of Mahavatar Babaji and Lahiri Masaya. So some of you may be familiar with Yogananda. So it's the Kriya, so that's why I'm talking a little bit about the voltage, about the health, and yeah, because Kriya goes on many levels before we can be able to handle higher voltage of energy and use deeper techniques to transcend, to get into self-realization and God realization. So yes, his name is Swami Purohit. So you guys are very welcome. Are there anything more that you have in mind today? Then just type it in the comment now, and I will answer it. Otherwise, I will say thank you for tuning in. I will start to do more of this. I think this is a very good way of communicating and work together. So just put the notice on that you see when I go live if you all feel that this is good for you, and then every time I go live you will have a notification and we can start to work together. So next week on the 18th I will be in Stockholm, and I will hold an event about relaxation, how to live a stress-free life, both in mind and emotions, for 3 hours. And then on Saturday and Sunday there will be 6 hours and 5 hours on the Sunday, where I will go deeper into this topic, so we can learn how to have a very, very peaceful, relaxed life and to live fully within ourselves. So I welcome all of you to Stockholm next weekend. So I see no more questions. Then I just want to say thank you for tuning in to this question and answering session. So I hope it can be of benefit for you. And if you have any further questions or want to connect, just write to me on Messenger and I will answer you as soon as I have time to do that. And you can go to our website shivasiddhananda.com, where we have music, we have mantras, we have healing, yoga, meditation. We have a lot, me and my wife, on that page. So just go in there and you can dive deeper into what we are doing if you feel the connection. Okay? Thank you so much. Namaste and good night.